Hello viewers and welcome back to Sahara TV. My name is David Miskis. Today in our inspiration segment we are speaking with Devesh Uba, social media marketer, photographer who's been doing photography for over 10 years and an avid motorcycle enthusiast. Originally from India, he now resides in the city of Lagos in Nigeria, and he is recently, well, within the last few months I understand, he's been in Lagos about 8 months now, started a blog called It Agha, where he goes around the city of Lagos and even other parts of Nigeria and takes great photos of street life, which we'll be showing to you on our segment here today. Devesh Uba, thank you so much for being with us here on Sahara TV.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
So tell us about the journey from India. I understand you've lived in Bombay and Delhi, and tell us the journey to Lagos. Like, what transition did you make to end up there?
All right. I was doing social media marketing for a university in Delhi, and I was living in Delhi for some time and was looking for a change. And then I got an opportunity from, from an advertising agency in Lagos, and I just decided to take the, leap of faith. So I landed up here. I know that, internet penetration is growing, and I knew digital marketing will grow, so I thought, all right, it all makes sense. So here I am, just living it up, the Lagos adventure.
Oh, that's great. So you founded a company called Niger Go Social. How's that going?
I'm just starting it up. There's nothing much to talk about it as of now.
Mm-hmm.
Just setting a website and all of that, meeting people. There's no, there's no real movement as yet.
And what's the goal, though? I mean, what are you hoping to do with it?
All right. Creating original content is something that I really believe in.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe once you create, fascinating content, be it blog posts, videos, photographs, I believe, people start to talk and you get famous on social media. So having worked here with some of the agencies, I realized that the original content making part has been missing. So I thought, all right, I'll not, work with anyone as of now. What I'll do is I'll start up my own agency where I'll focus on original content creation. So I have been an independent filmmaker in India, so I know how to make videos. I have all the gear. I edit myself. I do the music. And, I thought, okay, with combining all my skills, and I see a lot of opportunity here. So I thought, all right, let's, do Niger Go Social and create a more engaging experience for the brands and the clients that I'm going to work with.
Mm-hmm. So in addition to the social media marketing, I understand you've been an avid photographer for over 10 years. And since coming to Lagos, you've started, which is now a very popular blog from what I've been reading, called It Agha. So please tell us what led to the inception of this blog, which, by the way, for our viewers who may not know, categorizes the street life around Lagos and even other parts that you've traveled to in Nigeria.
Yeah. So when I was in India, and I Googled about Nigeria, the pictures that I got to see were not really great. I didn't. So I was really, a little scared looking at those photos and whatever Google threw up to me, and I was wondering, all right, let's just go there and see for myself. But once I reached here and I started going around, I found that, all right, there are a lot of great things here happening as well, which no one is trying to capture. So I thought, okay, I have a camera. I'll just take it around wherever I go and see what happens. And when I was traveling, a lot of times I shoot from moving car. So I was pretty happy with what I was getting. And I thought, okay, why not just upload it somewhere? I started a blog called It Agha. And the name has its own story because whenever I was looking through my camera viewfinder and, people who I was looking to, my subjects, they will say, snap it, Oga, snap it, Oga. So I thought, all right, this is a cool name. So I thought, I'll just stick with Snap It Oga for now. So I started on Tumblr, snapitoga.tumblr.com. Then as we grew along, I took it to Google Plus, Facebook, Instagram, and it's doing pretty well. I'm really happy with the results I've got.
Oh, yeah, and I can see recently, actually, January of this year, you were included, Nigeria's only blog, actually, to make it to the Guardian's UK list of the best city blogs around the world.
Yeah,
now,
that was quite a great achievement. Yeah, I was very happy to, that was like fantastic appreciation.
Yeah, I imagine so, and it seems to be a lot of appreciation. I also noticed on your blog that a lot of people, they comment on your photos and they even ask you for advice, that they're also around Nigeria. Even in Lagos, I've seen some of the comments, and they'll comment on your photo and you'll comment back on ways that you take pictures, ways that they take pictures. So it seems like quite a nice movement, even going toward what you were talking about before with the collaboration. I mean, now maybe you're going to, through online at first, but now you're meeting potentially other photographers throughout Lagos, and maybe there's something that can come of that.
Definitely. I'm really looking forward to, I'm tutoring a couple of Lagos young photographers. They're not really professional photographers, but they're just like me, who are studying in university, and they want to know how to express themselves better. And I'll be really glad to be of any help. And I tell people that feel free to get in touch with me, because I think only when we start taking positive pictures of the streets, the culture, the colors that we see here, that's how people will actually know the beauty that exists in Nigeria.
So now, I know in a recent interview you stated that your blog is an attempt to showcase positive things about Lagos, and for now it is a purely non-commercial venture for you. But I was wondering, with the success of the following, and now with this making of the lists like the Guardian's UK list of best city blogs from around the world, is there any move down the road to make it somewhat commercial, or to move toward it more full-time for a gig for you?
I really can't comment, because photography is something that is really close to my heart. I've been doing it as purely non-commercial basis for last 10 years, and I'm really not sure. I do a lot of charity. I give away my photos to a lot of Nigerian NGOs to put up on their websites, and sometimes, most of the times, I really don't charge at all, because I just like doing it. So I really don't know. I can't say about it.
So I'd like to take a step back and ask, following to your comments there, like, when did you discover such a passion for photography?
It was, I think 2002, 2003. One of my friend, she was doing, some fine arts course, and photography was one of her course requirements. So she bought a Nikon SLR, and she couldn't figure it out, how it works. And I clearly remember it was Nikon F55, and she gave it to me. She said, okay, this is the owner's manual, and this is the camera. Can you figure it out for me? I said, all right, it doesn't look so complicated. So I took it and I started playing with it, and I returned that camera, which I just took for a week after 6 months. And when I was returning, I know that, okay, I have to buy one for myself. And those days, cameras were really expensive. Doing film photography was very, very expensive, especially in India. For a student like me, I had to lie to my dad that, I need a camera for my course requirement as well. So, yeah, that's how my first camera came along. But, yeah, I don't think he minds anymore.
So one of the things I wanted to ask was actually about the process itself. Now, you mentioned a bit earlier that you had taken a lot of photos out of moving cars. And I know in one of the photo spreads and blogs, you mentioned that people here often think I'm the press and I might be reporting about them. So the request of taking pictures is always rejected. Yeah. And you said you've gotten into trouble several times and have resorted to either going out with a friend or a local driver. And I was wondering, has it changed at all since you've started, or do you still follow that process?
It has, I would say it has improved a little bit, because now I know that, all right, if I'm going in this area, I better take someone that I trust and I know. But yeah, when I'm going to say Marina and all, yeah, I sometimes do walk around and I take photos. But yeah, then that time I'm not carrying like a big SLR, you know, on my neck. I just have my small point and shoot or my GoPro in my pocket, and I make pictures whenever I feel, is the place to do so.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like to ask, what is your most memorable photograph or project from this blog, Snap It Agha?
All right. One of the most memorable. That's a tough one. Yeah, I think it's difficult to pinpoint one particular picture, but if you ask me, there's a picture that I made of a Nigerian cycling and passing by a Mercedes Benz, and in that picture, you can see the cyclist extremely happy. He has music plugged into his ears, and he's singing aloud, and he is just enjoying that moment. I think that picture, I really felt special when I was making that picture, because I feel that Nigerians are very hopeful and genuinely very happy people. And in that picture, it just captures the essence. There's a big expensive car in the background, and then there's this guy who's just riding like he doesn't give a damn, and he owns the road. It was wonderful. I think that is one very special picture.
So one final question here. Any advice for up-and-coming amateur photographers out there? Things that you've seen or ways that you've gone about processes and things that might lead other people to be able to follow?
All right. I would say that, in whatever I've had interactions with the amateur photographers here in Nigeria, one thing that I've realized is that people, they're apprehensive about taking photos. I don't know if I'll make it a good picture or not. I don't know if anyone would like to watch, what is there in Nigeria. But I want to tell them that, the world is very interested in knowing about Nigeria and West Africa. And, they should just go out, take photos. Do not get bogged down by the fact that, your initial photos might be underexposed, overexposed. Just go out, take pictures, and practice. It just gets better with time.
Well, thank you so much, Devesh Uba, for being with us here on SaharaTV. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me. Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too. Viewers, that was Devesh Uba, social media marketer, photographer, avid photographer for over 10 years, and motorcycle enthusiast. He resides in Lagos, where he works as a social media marketer, and also is the founder of the blog Snap It Agha, where he documents through photography the street life of Lagos and other parts of Nigeria. So definitely check it out, Snap It Agha, on the web, on Tumblr, on Google+. And perhaps if you like the photos, you can comment, or even, he gives it photography advice if you're an amateur upcoming photographer out there as well. So stay tuned. We have a lot more coming up, including our regulars, Dr. Damage's Keeping It Real, as well as our SaharaTV Talkback segment. Thank you.